Yo, what's good? What is up, everybody? I am back. Sorry, I took a little sabbatical from streaming because I had a bunch of family in town and I was just losing track of days, to be perfectly honest with you. What's up, Will? What's up, Scout? Jesse, the Gloomy Kid, Stefan, Miguel, Noe, John Jonason, channel member. Appreciate you, broski, in the building. Doobie Blaze, Zen Gamer, Medallion, Montrese, Lost Tech, Cristobal, another channel member in the building. Matthew Hennigan. What's good, Matthew Hennigan? What's going on, everyone? Hope everyone's having a good Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, I believe. Okay, Zach. Who's not watching the channel? Yes, I did play it. I've had it for like a week on Steam Deck. And so what I did was I played through the Steam Deck version of the game, and then I got the Switch version of the game at midnight last night. Played some last night, played some this morning, recorded footage, and did a video on the Switch version because I just wanted to see how it was comparative. Because I felt like if I did a Steam version, because the Steam Deck for Sonic is actually pretty wonky. Like, you know how you have to have like different proton packs on the Steam Deck, and like they run certain games better. I had to fool around with all that shit just to get it to run on the deck. I did play it some on my PC. I played a couple hours on my PC, but the Steam Deck experience just wasn't very good, and I don't know if that's because the game hadn't officially launched yet. So I didn't feel it was fair to do like a Steam Deck version of the shit. What's up, Wicked Spooky? Bro, I hate fucking politics. That shit's lame as fuck. I don't think Sonic is a game of the year. I think it's a great game for Sonic fans, though. And for the Sonic franchise, it's a huge step in the right direction. I don't think people will talk about it for game of the year. It might could be like best action game, best family game, something like that. Am I getting Pokemon? Yeah, I'll get it on Pokemon. Nice, yeah. I was originally going to get it on Xbox and Switch, just in case the Switch version was just absolutely horrible, just because I wanted to review the Switch version, because although I'm not a Nintendo YouTuber, some people do like my opinions on Nintendo. How many miles are on that, Scout? I mean, Sonic games are always, they're very polarizing, you know? Even like the good Sonic games throughout history, like Sonic Mania, there wasn't much drama around it, but anytime Sonic tries to do something a little bit different, there's people that don't like it. Like, I guess there's a contingent of people who just want 2D Sonic games, and I mean, that's cool, but I mean, I like a variety of stuff. Yeah, bro, I wish Shenmue was supposed to come out. Like, people say, oh, you made that up. I never made that up. That was reported by like every website that does Nintendo stuff, that game was being in development for the Switch, and then never happened. I didn't watch much Raw last night, Corey, because the Knicks game was odd. And it was a late start. It didn't start till 9, the Knicks game, so I didn't catch much of Raw. I heard about what happened. Fee Emery, what's good, my girl? Hey, Sean, got high, so came to flirt. I assume you're a woman. If you're not a woman and, you know, you're a man or they, them, whatever, and you want to flirt, I mean, it's whatever. Good to see you here, Fee. I mean, at this point, with Sonic 06, I think you just leave that in the past. Just because, I mean, it always had that stink to it. You know what I'm saying? It always have that stink to it. I'm gonna assume your PFP, your profile picture, is you, Fee, and I'll gladly accept the flirting. Yeah, I really enjoy Sonic Frontiers. Like, I didn't even plan. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I just wanted to do the first world of all right, so we're good, Fee. I just planned on doing the first world of Sonic Frontiers on the Switch because it's like, I've already done all this on Steam. but I'm almost done with the second world now. I'll probably just play through it again. It's an enjoyable game, because the thing of it is even when you beat the game, you haven't 100%ed it. Like, there are literally vaults, which are the classic style levels, that I'm playing for the first time on the Switch because I missed them on the Steam version. You don't have to 100% everything within the game, which I think is really cool. It really gives you a different perspective of when you go through, and it gives you that incentive to keep going back. Okay, Fern. I got it on Steam Deck. I actually got a review copy on Steam early, so yeah, I've been balls deep in it for a couple days now. I mean, Marky, I'm not gonna disagree with you on that. I didn't hate Sonic Forces. I thought it was painfully average. Like, if I scored games, you know, maybe a 6.5, but I didn't think it was like the worst thing ever. I didn't like the character creation and all that sort of shit. Like, I thought that was kind of lame. Yeah, no, I mean, that plays a huge role into it. You know, when you're a fan of the franchise, it definitely helps. Okay, Fern. Got it. Yeah, it was like the Sonic Racing games too. My coveted Sega CD game. I used to have Snatcher way back in the day when it wasn't worth any money. Let's see. I would say Sonic CD. I got a pretty crispy copy of Sonic CD, and I love that game. I think that game is super underrated. What you smoking? Just my little tobacco hitty. Enjoyed Sonic Colors. How does Frontier compare? Oh, it's tough. I mean, the classic style levels which are the vaults in the game, they feel a bit color-y, but the open world stuff, I mean, there's elements of, you know, cliche, but Breath of the Wild. There's elements of Shadow of the Colossus. I'm surprised so many reviewers didn't mention the Shadow of the Colossus stuff, especially with these big fucking, like, that's the coolest part of the game to me, is like, you'll just be walking around and you'll see like this big ass creature, and you're like, oh, that's just there for show. And it's like, no, you can go up and fuck that dude up if you want to, if you have the skill. And each level, there's 5 different levels. Each of the levels have different like these different ancients that you come across and you can battle with, and like it's just so much fun. What's up, Elements? Oh, that's dope, Cedric. Blood Moon tonight. Yeah, I probably won't mess with it. What's up, Robert? Oh, my most expensive 32X game is the freaking Spider-Man shit. That is first off, one video game, dude. I want that too. But I think that's a very appropriate analogy that I kind of wish I used. It does feel a lot like that open area the Bowser's Fury segment of Mario. What's up, Paul? Oh, the Blood Moon was this morning. I'm not a morning person. Although this daylight saving shit has really, like, I've been waking up like much earlier, like not an hour earlier, like 2-3 hours earlier. I must be sleeping better. Disappearing platforms. That's kind of one of the things that I found on both Steam and the Nintendo Switch. Sometimes, like, I wouldn't say they disappear. It's more of an appearing I had, where it was like, you'd come up to something and all of a sudden, like, it would come out in the landscape. But that's kind of just the game's design, and I think it's because you get to a point in the game where, you know, you have these rails and you can essentially ride the rails to like the start of the island that you're on, and it's like mind-blowing because it's seamless. There's absolutely no loading, so they do some interesting loading tricks. Tony, I've been enjoying League Pass, bro. I've been using it on my Xbox, and the one thing that pisses me off is every time I use it, I have to re-sign in. I don't know why it just doesn't save my information, but it's great, man. I love having access to all the games. I know there's no game tonight. Yeah, Seattle played well. I mean, I'll give them their kudos. What's up, Mr. Dones? Good to see you, buddy. Saw you last night. Knicks Fan TV. What's up? It was cold like Minnesota last night because the Knicks fucking beat the pits out of Minnesota. God, that was a beautiful game. Appreciate you joining the RGT Army, Paul. I'm the same way though. I'm the same way. I love daylight savings. Like I think it's great. Because I'm the type of person, since I work from home, you know, I have leniency in like when I do anything. So like sometimes I'll fall asleep on the couch at like 2 or 2:30, just kind of doze off in the afternoon, and I'll wake up and it'll be dark. And I'm like, oh fuck, it's like 9 o'clock. I slept the whole day, and it's like 4, and I'm like, oh, this is great. Yeah, I did see that AEW is gonna be on Game Pass, which is good because that's a game that I wanted to double dip on as well. I wanted it on the Xbox and I wanted it on the Switch. Primarily because A, I have friends that play on different platforms, and 2, you know, if there's a substantial difference and the Xbox version is better, I would rather review the Switch version and then play the Xbox version. Bro, Julius Randle was fucking, that was Don Julio. That was Cornrow Larry Bird last night. Like, I don't know what got into him, but I'm glad it did. I think the Knicks will make the playoffs. They won't be a super high seed. I could see him sneaking in at 7 or 6, though. Just my opinion. Appreciate you, Jim. Yeah, those scamming things are fucking terrible. And Robert, yeah, sorry. Yes, I am getting the Atari 50th anniversary collection. I really wanna check that out. Yeah, like the Link stuff and the Jaguar stuff. Like, that's super cool to me. Because that's a lot. Like, I have a Jaguar. I don't own a Lynx. The only Lynx stuff I have is on the Evercade, actually. But, Jaguar, I have some of the games that are on there, but not all of them. And, you know, my Jaguar, I had to do, like, a mod to get, because those came with 64 bits, but you ship it with fucking coax. You ship it with an RF adapter. So, I had to get a mod, to get, AV cables on it. Oh yeah, bro. They're fucking social media. You know how they are. Let's go, Dallas. It might have, Ryan, but they sure as fuck they didn't say nothing, did they? No, YouTube doesn't do shit about it. It's annoying. I did not get to watch Crown Jewel. I was actually over at my grandparents' house because from Wednesday to Sunday morning, my mom and her husband were in town. And then Sunday afternoon at like 1, my stepdad, who pretty much raised me, came into town. So like, I've just been all over the place. I managed to make videos all the days, but like, I don't even know how the fuck I did it. But yeah, so I didn't get to watch Crown Jewel. I saw some of the highlights of it. Looked like a pretty solid show. I mean, Logan Paul, like, what can you say, bro? He's a wrestler. I don't know why Terry's blood pressure medicine isn't ready yet. It should be an easy fill. Blood pressure. It's 10-15 minute prescription. Local or chain, what's your go-to for fast food? Well, pizza's got to be local. I'm not fucking, like, once in a while I'll get Caesars, Papa John's, some bullshit like that. But that's gonna be local. Tacos is like a 70-30 split, leaning more towards Taco Bell. There is a couple taco places around that I like. It really just depends on the food, honestly. Breakfast I'll get from a diner. I love playing Drop A stuff. Am I pre-ordering the PSVR 2? I mean, I will just because I have to. How's it having the fam over? Well, they didn't stay here. My stepdad left that night and stayed at a hotel because he was up here for work stuff. And then mom and her husband stay over at grandma's house. Nobody stays with me, which is fucking great. But it was good. It was just, you know, out driving back and forth, going to grandma's house, going out to eat. Then they came over here. You got to make sure the house is nice. All that sort of stuff. So, yeah, the Baja Blast. Xbox Game Pass only, bitch, and sometimes PS4. Appreciate you for coming through. I guess you don't have a life because you are here as well. Says a lot about you, buddy. Where did you learn to fly? Where did you learn to fly? Where did you learn to fly? You know, that game isn't as, I mean, it's not a good game, but I don't think it's as necessarily as bad as people make it out to be. Where did you learn? I think it's just because she kept saying it. It's like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You taught me how to fly when you worked my joystick. Crown Jewel, I only saw the highlights of it. I didn't see the full show, but it looked good. It looked good. I mean, WWE's been doing mostly good stuff lately. It's, you know, it's good for business. It's good for competition. It's good for all that stuff. I don't think the AEW game is going to come out this year. I think it's going to be early next year. Cedric, I heard fucking everything at the pharmacy. From good stuff to bad stuff. What's up, Richard? It's funny, my old pharmacy boss hit me up today. So that's the thing, I leave lasting impressions on these motherfuckers. Like, how many employees has this motherfucker probably had throughout his stores throughout the years? But he still texts me like 4 or 5 years later. Remember when IBM compatible PCs came with joysticks? I don't. I mean, I vaguely remember it, but I wasn't playing PC games. Am I playing the new God of War? Not yet. I'm not a cool kid. I don't get an early copy. What's up with Switch Wars? I don't know. I'll link up with him today or sometime this week and see if he wants to come on this weekend. I fucking hate Double J Jeff Jarrett. I hate Jeff Jarrett. And it's not like, oh, he's a heel, so I hate him. No, I just can't stand Jeff Jarrett. The man has been mid his whole life. That's just him. He's been mid. His daddy, he used his daddy's money to do TNA back in the day. He had his reign of terror. He never gave AJ or Samoa Joe the shine when they were at their peak or gave them the ball to run with it. I hate Jeff Jarrett. I don't like him. Like, when I hear his music, when I see his face, when he was in GCW, I was like, great, somebody's gonna kill him in GCW. And then he goes over Effie, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? The man has never accomplished, like, anything on his own, really. The chosen one. Would I recommend Sonic on Steam Deck? For me, is my Steam Deck down here? No, it's not. Damn it. I was playing the game before it came out, and I was having to use the experimental Proton, so I don't know if it's going to be fully optimized. Like, I don't know how PC stuff quite works. Like, when I get a game on Switch, it's gonna be the same game that you play regardless. But I don't know if they were releasing like a Proton thing that was compatible with that, because you know you gotta look through the Proton stuff. I had to use Proton experimental just to get the game to run on the Steam Deck, and there still were some issues. I had to put everything on low. I had to put the game on 30 frames per second, and sometimes, like during cutscenes or really intensive action scenes, there would be like a big chug, and then it would be fine. So I can't fully recommend it. I mean, Jeff Jarrett, he could be a Hall of Fame, but he's not a first ballot. He's like a 12th ballot, you know, just because he's been around for so long. Shaq or Larry Bird? Shaq. Some shader issues. Yeah, like, and you know, that's the kind of stuff where I'm like, I don't like to get into that sort of stuff. Like, I don't like to mess around with settings. I like to just pop something in, and it works. It works on the system. What's up, Golden? I was with family for a while. Oh, the pop-in, bro, is on every system. Do I think that PSVR 2 was made to work on PC? I think so, because Sony obviously wants to play friendly with PC gamers now. So it'd be smart for them to do that. I mean, Sony kind of has their head up their own ass at times, but I think there's a good chance it will be. What's up, Pecker? What's up, Jay Biggs? I think that Shinsuke stuff in Japan is gonna be awesome. I'm glad to see that what's his face Triple H is allowing that too, because that's a big deal. VR2 is so overpriced if it's just for PS5. I mean, you're right, but people are still gonna buy it. The thing of it is, I think the biggest problem with PSVR 2 is not only is Sony having to make the price of the thing more expensive than their system, but they're gonna have to fund some of those games, because there's no way, there's absolutely no way you can go up to a company and be like, hey, you should make a game for our PlayStation VR 2. It'll only work on the PlayStation VR 2, and we'll be lucky to sell like 2 million in a year, but you should totally build a game from the ground up for our PlayStation VR 2. Like, no, they are fucking funding those games. Thoughts on Sonic? It sucks! No, it's great. For me. Last Caress would be my favorite Misfits song. I love the music in Sonic. I love how there's 3 different types of music. There's the ambiance, overworld. There's the techno, vault. And then there's the metal, the gent that plays on the Titan battles. I did not see that, Purdue. That's actually very interesting. I mean, the Dreamcast died for a myriad of reasons, and it shouldn't have. It shouldn't have. But yeah, I mean, timing, the PlayStation 2 having a DVD drive, because you got to remember, DVD players at that time were very expensive. That was actually one of the cheapest DVD players out there. And oh yeah, it also plays all your also plays all these PlayStation 2 games and your PlayStation 1 stuff. So I think PSVR 2 will sell 2 million in its first year. Up to. I don't think it'll be, because I mean, PlayStation fans are very loyal, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like there'll be enough people that want to check it out. I don't know. Maybe 2 million is too much, because when you compare it to the amount of systems that they've sold, it's kind of tough. Well, 2 million of a potential, pool of people be interested in that. I don't know. Well, yeah, you could steal. Oh, Purdue. I was about to say, I don't know, maybe. I think they got to get some more games in there. Joshua, am I a fan of pop punk? Yes. Newfound Glory, the Ataris, stuff like that. Saves the Day. I used to get down with that shit back in the day. Good Dream Chop. It's awesome. I think there'll be some scalping of the PSVR 2, but I think they're going to have a decent supply. Is 4K gaming resolution worth the money to spend on? I mean, the entry point is getting a lot lower as far as televisions are concerned, so I think so. I mean, 4K TVs, pretty much every TV that comes out now is 4K, but then there's 4K Ultra and 120 hertz frame rate or refresh rate and stuff like that. So it's, it just depends. Is IGN, okay, no Sum 41. Is IGN based? I mean, I don't know. The problem with saying like a website or whatever, is better than another is a website has many, many cogs to it. I think a lot of people seem to forget that. Like when IGN reviews a game, it's not IGN, it's one person reviewing the game. So, it's kind of like the whole Digital Trends thing. If you follow me on Twitter, Digital Trends gave Sonic Frontiers a 1 out of 5. And I made a tweet. I was like, look, everyone's entitled to their opinions, but I wouldn't listen to a fucking thing that the guy from Digital Trends who said that Sonic Frontiers was a 1 out of 5 would have to say. And I guess he got wind of the tweet. And my buddy sent me a picture where he was like, subscribe to RGT85 in the comments. So I was like, hey, at least you're a good sport about it. Well, no, I think what I've heard, Goomba, is that for PSVR 1 games, they're wanting to like redo them for PSVR 2. So there's not going to be any backwards compatibility with it. I think Dave Bautista makes sense for a Gears of War film. Yes, I do enjoy heavy metal. What's up, Baltimore? Yeah, I mean, Sonic Frontier, it's very fun. It gives you a sense of, this is kind of like a game that I think Sega and Sonic Team has wanted to make for a while, but I don't think they had the balls to commit like to something on this scale. And I mean, it's not a perfect game. Terry Crews for Cole. I mean, that'd be cool. What's going on with the Knicks lately? Last time I checked, we went to Minnesota and we showed them it was cold like Minnesota. We beat the piss out of them. I mean, the Knicks are going to be up and down all year. As much as I get annoyed with Tibbs, I do like that he's now playing small ball sometimes. He took Evan out of the starting lineup, which needed to be done. You know. Appreciate you, Danny. Enjoy it, Murky. It's super fun. What up, Witcher? Is it better than Sonic 06? Yeah, most things are. When's Twisted Metal TV show coming? I don't know. What's up, the Simps fan? They're kind of losing me with all these video game TV shows. Like a Gran Turismo? Wasn't that getting a movie? Why? Why? You know what you do instead of Gran Turismo, the movie? You fix Gran Turismo 7, the game. I still cannot sell cars. You still have not included any new tracks since March. March! You haven't included a single fucking track. All the cars you're putting in are piddly poo. There's still tons of tracks missing from previous games. Good to see you, Sims fan. Bro, fucking Zac Efron, he just like ate like a bag of steroids, I feel. Because like that dude is freaking huge. Ever got messed up in a circle or mosh pit, asks Joshua. Not really. I mean, I used to go to a lot of punk shows, but like everyone knew me because they were mostly local shows. Sometimes we'd go out of town to see our local band play, but like, you know, nothing too crazy, you know, maybe a fist in the face or something like that, but you know, it wasn't anything too serious. I might do a review on Panzer Dragoon Saga. It's a game that's very underrated. Gran Turismo 7 was a huge mistake. I actually just, with Forza coming out, I got a new wheel in. I think it just came in today. I got a big box from Thrustmaster because I just hit them up. They came out with a new Xbox wheel, and I was like, fuck this. I want it. Because I don't want to buy an Xbox wheel because my wheel only works for PlayStation. So they sent me over one. So I'll do a video on that. Cedric. Good dad joke. Good dad joke. Yeah, like, I mean, Gran Turismo 7 came out on PlayStation 4. Did that hold the game back? I don't think so. Many people will be quick to point out that and say, oh, well, because that this game came out on PlayStation 4, it must have held it back. It's like, no. There's just core fundamental issues with Gran Turismo 7 that didn't exist in other games. I haven't seen Whitechapel live. That'd be a good show to see, though. I like them. I've liked them since their first album. I don't know which wheel it is. It's their new one that just came out for Xbox. I will be making some penis jokes in my Thrustmaster video, though. The Eagles are scary. The Eagles are scary. Which game is better, Banjo-Kazooie or Donkey Kong 64? I don't like Donkey Kong 64. I don't like that game. I don't think it's a good game. I don't think it's good. So Banjo. No, I never got to see 3-6 or Lord when they were around. I know 3-6 has been kind of doing some stuff. I know Juicy and LeChat are working on a song. Mind Your Business, I think it's called. I'm still waiting for that to drop. Horizon Chase Turbo is a fun game. I mean, I don't like the Eagles. Don't get me wrong, but I respect them because I think they're very talented. What do I think of the Raptors this year? That fucking Scotty Barnes poster last night was sick. That was disgusting. I think the Raptors are a fun team. I don't think they're sustainable with their current squad. I don't know how I feel about Pascal Siakam. I don't know how I feel about him. I've never been in love with his game, and he's had some great moments, but I don't know. I think they're few and far between. Joshua, if I could fucking get the hands on the game, I would do it, but I don't have it. Yeah, I still try to avoid flying. I don't really know why. I used to fly all the fucking time, and then at some point in life, I was just like, I don't like flying. I don't want to do it anymore. I never got Sparks of Hope. I didn't get Sparks of Hope yet, because that's an Ubisoft air. No, I'm just kidding. I'm a Lakers fan. Yeah, that's got to be rough, bro. And so many people told me that the Lakers were going to be good this year. They were not good. I mean, it's GameStop. It's an inevitable thing. You know, it was a stupid fucking, I don't know. I would like to know which person at GameStop thought, you know what, we should buy all our competition out, and then we'll just have a billion stores all over the place. That was a terrible idea. Because A, buying out competition makes the market get stagnant. And B, now you have all these fucking stores. They bought EB Games. They bought Rhino Games. They bought Hollywood Video and all this stuff. And it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, is there no long-term plan for this? R.I.P. Takeoff. Yeah, that sucks, man. I really like that song that they just did. Him and Quavo, Hotel Lobby, on the new Migos album. That's a fucking good song. The music video is actually really good for it too. It's a rendition of Dazed and Confused, like very artistically done. Just picked up a Series S and a copy of Sonic for the PlayStation 5. The worker was lost. I still haven't fucked around with my Series S. Am I surprised by how bad the Warriors have been playing on the road? Not really, because there's a lot of internal conflict there with Poole and Draymond. Joshua, appreciate the dono. I teach drums at a music project, and this kid dressed up as a Laker player for Halloween. As we've ever heard the Knicks, he didn't have a clue. UK based. How can you not know the fucking Knicks? Come on. Yeah, LeBron says a lot of fucking things. Juggalos are interesting. I like watching the Gathering of the Juggalo documentaries on YouTube after they do it every year. Yep, they bought Think Geek. I have tried Modern Warfare 2. I played like half of the campaign and I was like, I'm bored out of my mind. I got a review copy of the game, which I didn't even ask for. I like those because when I don't ask for a review copy and they just send me one, I feel no obligation to make a video on it because it's like, well, I didn't ask for this. You just sent it to me. So I've been playing online with John and MVG, and Nate didn't buy it. Sometimes Max will play with us too, but he has it on PlayStation. We all have it on Xbox. I mean, it's Call of Duty. I like mindless online military shooters, so I have some fun with it. What's up, Kappa? Celtics fan? Yeah, you're in good shape. College team is the Knicks. Get out of here. No, I'm not boycotting Activision. No. I agree with you, Aaron. I think it could be a better game than Mario if it had the budget. And I think if it was, I think the multi-platform stuff, you know, because obviously you're designing things for an Xbox Series X, a PlayStation 5, a PlayStation 4, an Xbox One, an Xbox Series S, Steam, a Steam Deck, and a Nintendo Switch. All systems with varying levels of capability. So I feel like that may have played a role in something like that. No, it's a Frank Sinatra mugshot shirt. Appreciate your Robots versus Godzilla. Off to watch your Sonic video later. Of course, I will be yelling at all of you to go watch that after this wraps up. Look at your collection and give me a top 20. Top 20? You're out of your damn mind. I'll give you a top 5. This is just out of my collection. Or maybe I'll give you a top 10. In no particular order. I'll put Geist in there because I thought it was innovative. Sonic Gems collection. Eternal Darkness. Simpsons Hit and Run. I'm losing count of where I'm at. Star Fox Adventures. Metroid Prime 2. Wind Waker. Second Sight, very underrated game. Twin Snakes, Spider-Man 2. Oh, there's another row. The Zelda Collector's Pack, F-Zero, Soul Calibur 2. Do I have 2 copies of Sonic DX? No, I don't. I thought I saw 2. Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing. The first Animal Crossing is the best Animal Crossing, and I will die on that hill. What would I give Frontiers out of 10? Probably an 8. I think an 8 is solid. Resident Evil, I didn't like... Bro, if there's fucking any farming simulators. I was not a huge fan. This is a funny story. When Resident Evil 4 first came out, I had a GameCube, and I bought it on day one. I played for like 4 hours, and I was like, this is not Resident Evil. Like, this is like an action game with Leon from Resident Evil 2, because everything up until that point, you think about it, Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil Code Veronica, Resident Evil 3, like, they all had a very distinct style, and this game was completely different. So I actually didn't really like it. I ended up selling it to my buddy Rob for like half price. I was like, I'm not really feeling this, man. I ended up buying it when it came out on the Wii with the motion controls, and I fucking loved it. And so, like, yeah, I was kind of a weirdo. Like, I knew everyone, when that game first came out, absolutely loved it, but I didn't. It was just too different to me. I have a Wavebird or 2. Yeah, if anything, Animal Crossing, I think, has taken steps back. Because in the original Animal Crossing, you had all those fucking NES games built into it. And, like, that was so fucking... Like, that's why you would want to do stuff. I remember specifically, like, leaving a friend's house and be like, yo, I gotta go to this concert at midnight. It was KK Slider doing a concert in Animal Crossing. Like, the first Animal Crossing was fucking awesome. Animal Crossing DS was a Wild World, I think it was called. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. And then it's just like, we're just gonna make the same game till the end of time and, like, take away a bunch of cool stuff. And it's like, bro, what the fuck? Because at that time, like, retro gaming was just kind of starting out a little bit, but, like, it wasn't easy to play. Like, unless you had the NES cartridges, like, there wasn't a million different ways to play it. Like, Nesticle, which was the emulator, like, one of the first emulators for the NES, it was still in its infancy. So it was a supreme way to play these games. I am excited for the Resident Evil 4 remake. I fucking cannot wait. But they just, like, I never got the new one, the new Animal Crossing on Switch, because I was like, it looks the same. Everyone is doing the same shit. Like, give me something different, man. Give me something fresh. I played Kingdom Hearts 1. I never played Kingdom Hearts 2. Never, I don't know, Kingdom Hearts had never really super grabbed me. I did play the one on the DS, 35/2 or 358/2, whatever the fuck it was. Yeah, it's like they didn't do anything with New Horizons. Nerdy, I do have a lot of Knicks gear. I have not stopped being a Charlotte fan. It's just they are a secondary team to me now. So if they're both playing against each other, I mean, it's the Knicks. But that's pretty much because I always loved the Knicks. Then I moved to the South, so they were the local team when they came back as the Bobcats. So. Now, I hope there's some cool shit tomorrow in the Indie Direct. I think there will be. Because it's like, what's the point of doing one unless you have something cool to show off? And like I said in my video from, what was it, yesterday, I guess. You know, I'm not a huge fan. You know, I understand giving some companies a spotlight, but I feel like some of these games, like, you got to kind of vet them a little bit. Like, look at the game and be like, are people going to be stoked on this? Are people going to be interested in this? Or are we just adding it in there to be nice to a small studio? I mean, everyone deserves a shine. I understand that there's gamers of all types, you know, the cozy game. I like cozy games. Like, that's cool. But you got to have something to balance it out. Fuck, if I knew where Batman was on the Switch, I've moved on, though. I've moved on. Now I got it on my Steam Deck. I'm good to go. Yeah, I'll be watching it. I'll make a video on it. That's a good idea, Nerdy. I might do that. Have I played Ammo Pigs? Reminds me of Duke Nukem back in the day. 2D sides. The original Duke Nukem games. No, I haven't played that. N64 over GameCube. What's up, Jordan? Yeah, the Jets. I watched the Jets game. Me and my dad watched it against Buffalo. I couldn't fucking believe they won. What's the Steam game count up to? I think I got like 40 games. I just bought Car Mechanic Simulator. It's kind of fun. I don't know what it is about it. Appreciate you, Tony. Oh yeah, Batman NES is fucking awesome. Like, it really doesn't have much to do with it. It's really Ninja Gaiden with like a few Batman elements, but I think that worked in its favor. Like, I loved Batman Returns, whether you're talking about the NES version or the Super Nintendo version, but it was definitely more focused on the movie, whereas this game, the original Batman, was more like a fucking ninja game, like a Ninja Gaiden. Cadence of Hyrule DLC. God, I forgot all about that game. Seen any good movies recently? Like new movies? No. Every new movie I watch always disappoints me. And then I don't watch new movies for a while. Appreciate you, Toxic. Yeah, the major sale days on Steam. I've gotten some good stuff on there. What's up, Zach Pack? Zach Pack in the building. Have I played Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers on the NES? I did. It's a fun game. You know, classic Capcom 2D stuff. No, Blackjack. I watched that fucking The Black Phone movie. I was like, oh, Black Phone. It's a great movie. It's a really good movie. You should watch Black Phone. I'm like, all right, I'll watch it. I watched it. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is stupid. It's not a good movie, and it's pretty boring. And then the ending sucked. The plot twist made no sense. Am I supposed to feel? What am I supposed to feel towards the father in this movie? Is he a piece of shit? Is he a good guy? I don't know, because the writing was subpar. Subpar. It's lo-fi hip-hop beats. Good choice, Ryan. None of that stupid fucking Super Nintendo shit. Yeah, I like those. The Saturday afternoon bundle. I haven't seen The Boys yet. I find myself buying games and watching stuff about games more than playing sometimes. It happens. I mean, I try not to watch too much gaming stuff. Hacker, I don't trust your name, but spit what you gotta spit. Yeah, Raven, like, I thought it was a horror movie. Yeah, the voice acting, I briefly mentioned it because I was starting to get, I'm like recording the video and I'm like 14 minutes in, I'm like, I haven't fucking talked about the voice acting. I don't kind of like it. So I just kind of threw it in there. I was like, yeah, Sonic sounds weird. Watch Barbarian. I might watch it. Any real reason to get a PS5? Today? No, you can wait a little bit. Unless you really want to play Returnal or Ratchet and Clank. Jet fan because Square Enix fumbled that bag. I guarantee you, if they would have done the if they would have done a dual pack physically, or if they would have released those games physically, I think they would have sold better than they anticipated they would have. But you know, am I gonna watch Black Adam whenever it comes out on streaming service? I've heard it's good. A lot of people who think similar to me in movies say that it's good, and I always like it when a movie gets a low critical response and then like a high fan rating, because I feel like movie critics and me, like, we're just on different fucking planets. Yeah, next year's games, like whenever like Spider-Man 2 drops, Wolverine drops, shit like that. Like, I think that's when you're gonna want a PS5. But I mean, the PS4, it's still gonna get support, man. It's still gonna get support. Perfectly balanced. Yeah, if Evan Fournier was off the team and someone else was there. What would I want from a next generation Transformers game? I've never collected Transformers. Transformers, it was popular. I was born in '85, so it was kind of the tail end of Transformers for me. I was more into like Ghostbusters, Ninja Turtles, and shit like that. So I never really collected any of the stuff. I played the Transformers game that Platinum made on the 360. I can't recall the name of it, but that was pretty badass. I like that. Zach. Gaming is moving kind of slow. I will agree with you on that. This year was very, you know, even just from a standpoint of general interest. Like when I look at my views from last year versus this year, I'm kind of like, oh, you know, there wasn't that really big growth like a lot of other people are doing, but, you know, in different sects and stuff like that. Not sex, S-E-X, sex, S-E-C-T-S. But I mean, I think it's more so speaking about, you know, gaming as in and of itself, because when you look at a lot of channels, like this year was just not the best year for them. But then when you look at 2023 and you look at how stacked that first, you know, 2-3 months of the year are, which is the complete polar opposite of this year, I think 2023 is going to be very interesting, because now you're going to have Xbox finally, supposedly, getting into their groove. Later, Dream Chop. I think you're gonna have, you know, Nintendo. I honestly think you're gonna see, at least hear about a new hardware. You have to. You have to. So I think it'll be cool. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing too that a lot of people don't realize is a lot of YouTubers were eating fucking good during COVID because everyone's at home. Everyone's bored out of their mind. So everyone is just watching shit on YouTube. So like, although the ad rates were lower because companies weren't spending as much money on advertisements, your viewer count more than made up for it. And like, you had like boosts of growth, and like people got comfortable with those numbers. And like me, even though I'm an idiot who doesn't know shit about business, according to some people who watch me, I understood that. I was like, well, this isn't sustainable. Like, people are just bored and they're at home. But once people start going back to work and kids start going back to school and shit like that, yeah, there's going to be a dip. Because I have friends that, you know, when that COVID, you know, when it essentially, the lockdowns and all that shit started going away, they were like, what the fuck are my views? Fuck this. I'm like, bro, it was going to fucking happen. Do I see Nintendo acquiring Platinum Games? Who owns that Bayonetta IP? Is it Sega still? Can you see Nintendo buying it off of Sega? Yeah, I ain't voting. So Bayonetta, as far as I'm aware, Nintendo owns part of that because they are the ones who brought it back with Bayonetta 2 and Bayonetta 3. That's why Bayonetta 1 came out on like Xbox and PS5, and you can get it on Steam, like the HD version of the game, because Sega owns that. But as far as everything beyond Bayonetta 1, Nintendo owns that. I think Platinum is up on the chopping block as far as being purchased by someone. So how will they liquidate individual games? Will they do a full sale of the company? And what does that mean for things? I don't really know. I really don't know. I think so too, Red Heiny Monkey. People get so mad at me for saying shit like that. They're like, hey, click better, Twitch is doing fine. It's like, Jesus Christ. Were you the same motherfuckers that when the Wii fell off a cliff, you were like, oh, the Wii's doing fine, Nintendo doesn't need to do anything, the Wii's great. And then 6 months later, Nintendo's scrambling to make a new system because nobody's buying the Wii. The problem is, you're getting to a point with the Switch where you've sold what you want to sell. The people that are buying Pokemon, yes, they might buy a Pokemon Edition Switch OLED. You know, yes, in Japan, maybe they'll buy that as an extra thing, but they all have the system. You're talking over 111 million units sold at full retail price. No price drops. The reason why a PlayStation 2 was successful, God, now you're getting me on a tangent here. Well, because Sega does still have a connection with the Bayonetta because they still own Bayonetta 1. It's a weird thing. The reason why the PlayStation 2 was so successful, the PlayStation 4 was so successful, why? Variants, slim models, pro models, this, that, and the other. Cheaper models. Look at this model. It's a budget model, this, that, and the other. That's why those systems continued to sell. That's why. Because there were cheap alternatives to other things. Or if your PlayStation 2 was fucked up, you go get a fucking PlayStation 2 Slim. That cost nothing with the little flap on it. That was a piece of shit. But no, when you say it about the Nintendo Switch, oh, you're wrong. They're still going to sell 50 million. That's like Nintendo's report today. Absolute bullshit. They said that they had to cut 2 million off of their forecasted sale because of chip shortages. Absolute bullshit. I can go to any goddamn website right now, Walmart, Amazon, Best Buy, GameStop, Target, and buy a Nintendo Switch. I could go on Amazon of Japan and buy a Nintendo Switch in Japan. That's not the reason, man. That's not the reason. You know who used the chip shortage as a reason for them having problems? Amico. The Intellivision Amico. That's why they couldn't make the Amico. Oh, chip shortage. Like, bro, you gotta come off that. PlayStation's ramping up production of their PlayStation 5. You're seeing more and more PlayStation 5s, even PlayStation 5s out in the wild. You're gonna tell me that a system released in 2017, I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the chat right now because I'm in a speech mode. A system released in 2017 that's using technology from even before then, you're having a problem with that? Come on, bro. Come on. This damn thing. Yeah, see, Red Hiney Monkey, like, it's crazy. Do I think a Switch successor would equal the Steam Deck in power? Probably not raw power, but I mean, the move that Nintendo needs to make is this, you know, DLSS kind of shit, the AMD Fidelity FX stuff, you know, the things that you don't need to necessarily have a bunch of raw horsepower in order to do it, you know, because the technology makes up for it. And that would be a big win, I think, for Nintendo, because you would still be able to come in at a decent price point. And it doesn't, my main thing is this. I don't understand why you would want to get rid of the Switch and make a Switch 2. That seems to be the move. You know, there was that job listing, the next generation of hardware. To me, that makes no sense. The Switch needs to be treated like a cell phone. It needs to be treated like a cell phone. There needs to be incremental upgrades. When you talk about an iPhone and how many iPhones have sold, there's the overall number of iPhones. And then, yes, you could break it down into iPhone 2, 3, 6, this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, it's all under the iPhone umbrella. Why would you not continue? You're going to fucking beat out any other system if you do this. Okay? Why would you do a full-on successor? We don't need that. We don't need that. There's no reason for it. Because if you're doing a brand new console, you're obviously going to change something with the philosophy and the design of the console as it is. Everyone loves the Switch, most people. They want a Switch with more beans. Give it some more beans. That's all you need to do. And you don't need to make it a full-on... This is a Game Boy to Game Boy Color situation. Nintendo didn't say that the Game Boy Color... Nintendo still counts Game Boy and Game Boy Color stuff together. You're going to tell me those two systems were the same? Bullshit. The Game Boy Color... First off, it did color. Second off, it was completely backwards compatible with the Game Boy library. Third off, it had games that you could only play on the Game Boy Color. That to me is a successor. Why wouldn't you do that with the Switch? You've done it before. What's up, Jordan? Bro, my fucking Shredder's Revenge isn't coming till quarter goddamn one. with my collector's edition. I am so sick and tired of limited run games. I am fucking sick and tired of them. Super Switch. It's Switch Pro. Switch, you know, it doesn't have to be Switch Pro, but you know, Switch Series 2 or something. I don't know. New Game Boy Color. Yeah, Super Rare. Honestly, Super Rare and Premium Edition games, all these other companies, like they actually learn from the mistakes of these companies. You don't have this crazy turnaround time. Oh, the best turtle is Michelangelo. Yeah, like, I was under the impression that this shit, I was getting this shit this year. I remember on their website, they had shit that like, oh, we'll be starting shipping in September, August, late August. And I was like, Steve Jobs kind of died after they made more iPhones, so maybe they should. I don't know if there's a correlation. Damn, a week? Yo, I missed out on that. I need to hit up that guy. I know the guy who runs it, Ryan. Dude, he's like a fucking prodigy. When he was first starting out with Super Rare games, he's like 18 or 19. And he's like, I'm going to do a fucking physical company. And then he did it. I'm wishfully convinced we'll be getting a new Switch with the release of Tears of the Kingdom. I like that idea because the game comes out in May. So I like that idea. What I don't like about that idea is the fact that the fiscal year ends on March 31st. So when do you announce that system? Because to me, you got to announce that in January, February the latest, to build up hype and stuff like that, showcase what the system is going to do. Obviously, I wouldn't say that would cannibalize Switch sales, but you would have to knock the price of the Switch down, the models that we have now. Or maybe, here's an idea, get rid of the fucking fuddy-duddy Nintendo Switch that you had since goddamn day one. You have the Switch OLED take its place. You slash the price down to $150 for the Switch Lite. Why is the Switch Lite still $200, by the way? Why? You put that shit to $99.99? I'll buy another one. For $100 fucking dollars, I'll buy another one. Doing well, Miguel. Getting worked up over fucking video games. I've cameoed in some games. Well, see, that's the thing, Super Jude. It all depends on what Ninja Baseball Batman is coming to the platform. I did not see that, Mike. Yo, that's tight. That's exciting. No, see, that's the thing about. Okay, we'll get into the iArcade thing in just a minute. Yeah, I don't get Nintendo. Like, I don't get it because this Furukawa is supposed to be a businessman, and watching some of his moves, I'm kind of questioning what's up with that. I love the iArcade. I know there's tons of people that are like, iArcade, you know, it sucks. It doesn't have like marquee titles. To me, I would rather have a bunch of niche titles that I never played or vaguely remember all available on one system without doing something like, you know, fucking Raspberry Pi and then you just have sensory overload. Like, it's weird to say, but I prefer being able to buy the game because then I'm making an investment in it. It's like, well, I'm interested in this game. I want to see if this game is good. If you just have a fucking 2,000 games on your thing and they're all just added on there because of emulation and stuff, you don't care about those games. There's no incentive to check those out. So I really like what iArcade is doing. I think if they could get a big title, like a big banger title to supplement it, things would be good. But I like, you know, like Combat Tribes. I had never played Combat Tribes before. And then playing it, Joshua Finzi, welcome to the RGT Army. Appreciate you, brother. You've been an all-star this stream. Fuck, what was I saying? I like the variety on the iArcade. I like it. Oh, Combat Tribes. Like, I was unfamiliar with that game, then I looked, and it was like, oh, this is the real Double Dragon 3, and I was like, oh, wow, you know, and then I played it, and I was like, oh, this is fucking great. Where's this game been my whole life? Why have I never heard of this? And I never would have heard of it if it wasn't for the iArcade. Am I playing Ragnarok tonight? I will play it tomorrow. Yeah, rumor has it that it's going to be on Game Pass, the AEW game. You know, come to think of it, I actually do have John Riggs made me an NES ROM hack way back in the day. That is a game with me. I did renew my expansion pass, but that's just because of what I do. You know, if I didn't talk about video games for a living, would I have? Maybe not. AEW made a tweet saying it's not coming to Game Pass. Mother, now I'm gonna have to double fucking dip. Well, that is a shame. Have I seen the Pokemon leaks today? No. I mean, what are they leaking? Like story or like characters? Like, is there some big overarching story? I don't know. It's weird. See, I play my Switch. Like, I'll be watching a basketball game or watching wrestling, and I'll just have my Switch in my hand. Look up. I'm like, yeah, cool. We're winning. Sometimes with the Knicks, though, I get a little crazy. They leaked Pokemon from Pokemon. Starter evolutions. Okay. Yeah, I know that it's out there in the wild, man. This was like reported like 2 days ago. The new Forza ray tracing update for Horizon 5 or 7? I would assume Horizon 5. I will. If you're lucky, Pokemon in 2040 will look like a PC game or a 360 game. Oh, okay. Yeah, they added ray tracing to the game. That's cool. Do I think AEW will remove CM Punk from the box cover? Yeah. No, it's not too late. It's not too late at all. I think that's why they've been quiet on the game. If I'm AEW, though, I leave him in the game. I'm getting my fucking money's worth out of this cunt. But I'm taking him off the box cover. Don't turn around. I don't want you to see my heart breaking. Don't turn around. I don't want you to see me cry. Did Nintendo stop making amiibos? I think they definitely slowed down production of amiibos. Like, because there's still correct me if I'm wrong. There's still amiibo from Smash Brothers that have not come out yet, right? Because they had to make an amiibo. That was a fucking stupid decision, by the way, to make every Smash character an amiibo. That was a whoever came up with that, fire them. Fire them. Miss Click's boyfriend the chat doesn't know about is in the building. I think everyone knows that Click has a boyfriend. Why do you think she moved? Just to get fucking fresh air? Like, yeah, no, Cody Rhodes is staying in the game. After he left, they said, oh no, we're keeping him in the game. So, like, you know, because of what he did for the company. So, which, you know, it's a smart move. Smart move. The Sora amiibo. Well, the Sora would be Colt Seaman, our new president. Half-Life 3's coming out. Hey. If you can get that going. Let's see. Sora amiibo. The truth about the Sora amiibo from the Amiibo Doctor. Sora looks unlikely to get his own amiibo. What the fuck? How are you gonna have... What? Yeah, Cody's in Nate's boyfriend. The chat doesn't know. I like that one. I bought some. You know what I did with the amiibo? I bought the characters that I thought looked cool. I bought the gold Mario because I was like, that's fucking cool. I bought a Ryu amiibo because I was like, that's fucking cool. I have very limited amiibo. How are you not gonna do a Sora amiibo? And yeah, you have to announce it at some. It's so convoluted. Making an amiibo for every Smash character. Terrible idea. Yeah, same, Donnie. Jesus Christ. I didn't get the Metroid Dread amiibo. Nope. Nope. Got the collector's edition. Not an amiibo. I'm not normal, Hyun. I don't use them. I never used an amiibo for anything. Maybe on the Wii U I used an amiibo once. Making an amiibo for every Smash character, though, that's rough. That's rough. Because now you're pigeonholing yourself. Because now everyone expects it. Like, amiibos were cool when they first came out, but I don't know. Like, I think collectors just got tired of it. Amiibos are like children. I don't want any. Damn right. It is cool mint. And it's really not cool mint. It tastes more like a tropical mint. But I like it. Yeah, all my amiibos are fucking... Matthew A. You ever watch a threesome with two guys and a girl, but the girl never shows up? I can't say that I have. I usually, make sure, okay, there's going to be a woman in this. We might have to click around a little bit before you start to get into the mood with it. But you got to check. You gotta check. That's funny as hell. Oh, God. Nate was in the threesome when the girl never showed up, I heard. No, I don't know. Maybe Max. Max is a wild child. You never know what that dude's going to say next. You never fucking know. When I was homeless, I took dick for crack. Okay, Max. We're talking about Pokemon here, but hey, do you, brother? I don't think he ever did crack. Yeah, sure you has got it. Yeah, the whole dynamics of the party change when the girl doesn't show up. What's up, your boy Chris? R.I.P. Bob Saget. That one hurt. What are some legit cheap frozen meals you like? The banquet bowls. I think they're banquet. It's not like the super. Yeah, the banquet mega bowls. Those things are on point. They're a little pricey, but they're super good. The buffalo chicken one is dank. The country fried chicken one is dank. I think those are the two I've had. Hot wieners. I think those are fucking good. What's up, Noah? And I mean, even like Hot Pockets and shit, like breakfast Hot Pockets are my favorite. The fucking bacon, egg, and cheese ones. I might have that for dinner. Because I definitely have some. I don't know, I need to eat a salad. I've been eating like shit the past fucking few days. I'm in a grandma's house. That's some pizza. That's some pasta. What are you doing? You're not eating any brownies. I made these brownies just for you. You don't like my brownies anymore? They're good, Grandma. I'm full. You're not full. Why are you saying you're full? You're not full. Okay. I'll eat a brownie. Thank you. My top 5 matches this year. That's tough. I'm going to put Logan Paul and The Miz in there just because completely unexpected. I'll have to think about that one, though. What's up, Silvaro? I haven't received any more free groceries. I never understood. I never understood why that happened. Yeah, just shoving bread down my throat and shit. I'm like, Jesus Christ. What's up, Dewan? Hope you're doing good, buddy. Let me get a little refresher here. Oh, I liked Blood and Guts 2022. Oh, the Young Bucks swerving our glory versus Team Taz is fucking great too. Gotta have something with Seth Rollins in it. Signalis. I have not. Let me look that up. Signalis, a survival game. Classic survival horror experience set in a dystopian future where humanity has uncovered a dark secret. When's that fucking fake Metal Gear game coming out, by the way? Oh, yo. Seamus and Walter, for sure. Gunther! This looks kind of cool. Dynamite tomorrow. Nice. See, I didn't see Logan versus Roman. I just saw the highlights, so I can't. I need to catch up on it. Am I talking about Abandon? I don't think that's the name of it. No, the fucking... Where's the fake Metal Gear Solid game? It's like heavily inspired by Metal Gear Solid. I do think we'll get a new Switch next year, Dwan. I think you have to at this point. Like, you got to do something. What do I think about John Wall and how the Rockets traded him? They didn't want to play him for whatever reason. Undetected. Give me that fucking game right now. I've been waiting on that shit. Yeah, check out Undetected. That shit looks dope. John Wall, I mean, they didn't want to play him, but it was a shame because they should have. Doesn't Nintendo's first party titles kind of not need new hardware? I mean, if you want to stretch the term first party title, look at Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Look at Bayonetta 3. Look at Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. You're telling me those systems couldn't have used better visuals, better performance? I mean, really, you haven't had a big Nintendo game in quite a while now, when you really think about it. Well, Splatoon 3, but really, Splatoon 3 is a sequel, so it's not doing anything, you know, super crazy, super different. Like, it does look better, but, you know, I think it's time. John Wall's on the Clippers now. Bro, I would love Bully to come back, but Bully's never coming back, especially not in this world that we live in now. Could you imagine if they re-released Bully? Not even a remake, just a re-release Bully. Like, Kotaku and Polygon would be sacrificing children in anger and protest about it. It'd be an absolute nightmare. Why is Isaiah Thomas sending shots at Michael Jordan in 2022? Isaiah Thomas sends a message to Michael Jordan. Until I get a public apology, the beef is going to go on for a long, long time because I'm from the west side of Chicago. Bro. Wow. Yeah, Manhunt. That's another thing. I did, Stefan. I mean, those websites, they need that, though. They need shit like that to get people to go there, because why else would people go there? Belief! Appreciate you being a member of the RGT Army for 2 months now. Sincerely appreciate you. Evil West. I think Evil West looks pretty cool. It looks like kind of a mismatch of a bunch of different games, like a little Call of Juarez in there. I don't think it would run well on the Switch, though. What movie do I want to see made into a game? I don't really know. Maybe like, well, no, because you got The Thing. You got Beetlejuice. You got Jurassic Park. I don't really know. Yeah, but I mean, Isaiah Thomas could have still done it. John Wick. Well, you got John Wick Hex. Yes, The Warriors is great. Yeah, superheroes are an easy one to go through. There's a I just got a code for that Jurassic Park game that's coming out on the Switch. I think it comes out tomorrow. So I'll probably download that tonight and fool around with it and see what that's all about. Because I love dinosaurs. What's up, Zoculus Prime? Yeah, dude, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. That'd be a fucking awesome movie. What, Evil West? I don't think Evil West comes out tomorrow. If it does, that's... No, Evil West comes out on everything but the Switch on November 22nd. Yeah, Sifu's getting a physical release. They have like a collector's edition too. I've heard Sifu's pretty good on the Switch. Let's see, Nintendo Life did a review of it. 8 out of 10. Frame drops more prominent in handheld mode, but we don't need a new Switch. Yeah, I'll probably watch some reviews of Sifu for the Switch, just because I don't plan on reviewing that game. No, I'm playing God of War tomorrow. I think, depending on how Nintendo does their new system, I think Bayonetta 3 will be optimized for the new system. I think a lot of games are going to be optimized for the new system. I never got around to playing Sifu on the PlayStation. I just... I don't like the PlayStation 5 controller. What's up, YZ250? Yeah, Sonic is dope, man. I'm definitely a fan. Definitely, I don't know why I'm playing through it again on the Switch, but I am. What's up, the Dark Void? It's very bulky. Yeah. And like, I don't have like super big hands or anything like that. So it's like, I don't know. I'd rather use the Xbox controller. That's why my third party games, I ask for them on Xbox because I like the controller better. Oh, it doesn't have the adaptive triggers. Okay. I'll be all right. Well, Nintendo's been tinkering with Joy-Cons behind the scenes. But I agree. You can't have a faulty rate like you do with those things. Scream game that runs like LA Noire with the mystery of Ghostface. That would be cool. Is Sonic still at 73? I'm going to look that up. I don't know, man. That seems a little bit low. 72? I don't know. That seems a little low to me. But then again, I am a Sonic fan, so maybe my opinion doesn't count as much. 72? I mean, okay. How many other bad reviews? And that's the thing about the game is that I knew it was going to be polarizing. No, some dude offered Mr. Beast like 10 billion to sell his channel, and he was like, no. Fuck that. Fuck that. We could come to some sort of agreement. I know I'm not Mr. Beast, but the Balan YouTube short was a from when I played the demo. Dual screen gaming is cool. Oh, they offered him 1 billion. I fucking, bro. Like, why not? I don't get it. I don't get it. But see, that's the thing about value, is like, I know I don't watch Mr. Beast. I think he's kind of a weirdo. The thing about value is, like, nothing really has value unless somebody gives it value. And I mean, you could approximate how much you feel like it's worth. Like, if I say this 95% can of drink soda is worth $1 million. Like, in my mind, it could be worth $1 million. It doesn't mean it is. But 1.5, but I mean, I don't know, man. For a cool billion, like, you're good. Like, you're good for the rest of your life. You know, you've done what you wanted to do. You were creative. Unless he still has, like, ideas that he wants to do or whatever. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get why Mr. Beast is popular either. Like, I don't know, but people like it, so who am I to judge? I might cover God of War if I could play a substantial amount. At the very least, I'll talk about it in a news video. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you still got the passion, but I don't know, man. You give me $1 billion. Like, I love you guys, but for $1 billion, give me half that. Give me 5 million. Riding off into the sunset. Goodbye. Goodbye. Exactly. I'd be Tom from MySpace 2.0. I'd buy my AMG GTR, and that'd be it. That would be it. Be a fuck ton of party money. Yeah, but he seems smart. You know, he's obviously very business inclined. I mean, he's built an empire. You know, really, when you look at someone who does YouTube full time, I mean, it's essentially a small business. You know, you're responsible for everything. You're responsible for negotiating brand deals and choosing which companies you want to work with, and, you know, what sort of sponsorships you want to take, and, you know, keeping yourself relevant, promoting yourself, this, that, and the other. What are you playing Skyward on? Dream muscle car or sports car? AMG GTR, the green one. I want one. They're like $200,000 though. And paying his employees, I mean friends. That's the thing I'm not a huge fan of, is I like to be in control of everything. Like, I have Brett who will sometimes, thank you, Ollie. I have Brett who sometimes will do, like, I have him making some shorts because supposedly YouTube is going to do this big push on shorts and you don't want to get left behind and all this stuff. So I have Brett just making me shorts. Like, I'll just send him some basic phone footage or be like, hey, take some clips from this video. And, you know, Brett sometimes edits some of my videos, but it's all stuff I tell him to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't imagine having like a big, huge team of people. I don't think I would like that because it feels kind of corporate-y, I guess. And then, like, especially when they're your friends and stuff, like, friends and business, sometimes it's like oil and water. It's not a good combination. Necro Banana, I'm sorry, the family came into town, so I was busy. I was MIA. Do you watch any Spanish Nintendo YouTubers? I don't speak Spanish, so that would be kind of hard for me to do. Yeah, if you're not using the motion controls, it's dope. How many McRibs have I had? I've only had 3. And I know that's a lot, but I've only had 3. It's not a lot for me. Hellcats, I don't know, man. Hellcats are kind of played out in my opinion because, like, anyone with like a 500 credit score can go buy a Hellcat. Okay, Mr. Sane Caesar. I don't know how to fucking get mods and N64 mods on the Steam Deck because I would want to do that. If you could point me into a video direction or tell me a channel to check out, that would be ideal because I would play that way too much. Do I watch another YouTube? I mean, I do watch other YouTubers, but mostly not really video game stuff. Like cars, funny dogs. I like funny dogs. I don't think it'll let you send a link in here just because of put the word dot in parentheses instead of like a .com or something like that. Oh God. No habla español pero dice buenos dias. You don't speak Spanish but you say buenos dias because it's a play on Scott. Scat the Waz. And then other people started doing it. So then I stopped doing it for a little while, and then other people stopped doing it. It's annoying. Internet gambling? No. No, that is not my cup of tea, good sir. The only gambling I do is like fucking mutual funds. All right, so we will run till 7:15 my time. So we got about 18 more minutes because I need to eat something. I'm getting hungry. And we'll be back on Thursday. We'll be back on Saturday. I'm back into the full stream of things. Crypto, I played around with crypto. So when I went full-time on YouTube, there was this website that Rerez found. And it was a weird thing. Like, you would just post stuff and people with powerful accounts would upvote it. And when they upvoted it, it would turn into a crypto form. And then you could sell that crypto form for actual money. So we kind of made like a little group of like 4 or 5 of us. And we all started doing it. And I made some good money, like good money doing that. And that really, I did that for like a few months before I moved. And then the dollar amount that they had, the value of the dollar for their website just plummeted out. So, you know, there was no money to be made, but we all made some pretty good money. And that definitely helped me with my little nest egg for when I moved and in case YouTube just went shit up. But that was a fun time. As far as like modern crypto, like, man, I got some Ethereum. I have some Doge. I've sold some Ethereum here and there, but I mean, see, I don't want to end up like Boogie. Sorry, Boogie, but I don't want to end up like you. Like, that seems terrible to me, you know? So I don't want to end up like that. So I understand there's a huge risk and reward, but I feel like the risk is definitely a little too high for my liking. Oh, well, I mean, not that. Didn't he lose weight? And then it just like came back. Where the hell is my at Robin Hood? There it is. Will I ever charge people a consummation? No. I'm fucking nobody. Hey, look, I'm down $275 today. Stock market just fucking me in the ass. Fucking me in the ass. God damn. I hope Miss Click doesn't come back to the Spawncast so that her simps seethe, mauled, and cope. I love watching people get mad. I'm kind of the same, Necro Banana. I find joy and stuff like that just because it's fun to me. She'll be back, though. She's just, you know, moving and then losing all her stuff in the move and then, like, moving to a temporary place before she moved into her main place. Like, she just had a bunch of shit going on, and I don't blame her. And Max, I don't know if he's back yet because I wasn't on the show this past Saturday because I was doing family crap. But he's got some stuff happening in his personal life, this, that, and the other. It doesn't want to talk about. But then people think he's just dodging shit. And it's like, no, you know, he actually has some legit shit that's going on in his personal life. What's my game of the year so far? Sonic Frontiers. No, I don't know. I definitely really like Sonic Frontiers, though. They're really, you know, Shredder's Revenge. I don't know. Like, a lot of the big AAA games just didn't really hit with me all that well. I mean, I'm sure God of War will be on there. Elden Ring, you know, it's not a game for me, so I can't put that on there. Kirby was fun for a little while. Splatoon 3 was fun for a little while. I don't know. Nothing really had a lot of staying power with me. He wasn't on last weekend. Yeah, he said he was taking some time off to to handle some stuff. Chris, I think AEW said that it's not on Game Pass. Somebody said that they made a tweet saying that. Yeah, AEW suggests Fight Forever won't be included with Xbox Game Pass. We don't anticipate it, is what they say. Which, I mean, yeah, I hope it works. You don't like From Software games? There's nothing wrong with that, dude. I buy them all the fucking time, and I'm like, this is the one that I'm going to like. And then I never like it. For Game of the Year, as mentioned, the Xenoblade fans will come to say their name. I'm sure, you know, I mean, the thing about Game of the Year is it's subjective. Almost it's suggestive. It's subjective. It's just what type of games you like. I mean, for some people, there's fucking some cozy bullshit cat simulator game is going to be their Game of the Year. That's why I don't put a lot of stock into shit like that. Like, people take the Game Awards way too seriously. I watch the Game Awards not for the games, but for the stuff that happens there. And, like, should they focus more on the awards because it's an award show? Yes. But how it's designed is just how I'm going to take it. And I take it as a reveal show with a couple things in there. Jeremy, video's up on the channel. Make sure you check that out. What do you think of the Xenoblade fan base on Twitter? Any fan base on Twitter is rough, especially when it's dialed in. I'm a fan of pro wrestling. I'm not like a super AEW fan. I do prefer AEW over WWE, but I'm not the type of person that's going to go on a WWE post and be like, AEW is better. But there's people that are like that. There's people that are like that with video games and video game companies, and it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Why is the main menu of Sonic Frontiers so dull and lifeless, like the clouds don't even move and the title card is static? I don't know. They could have done something, but they didn't. Yeah, I mean, It Takes Two won Game of the Year. Was that the Game of the Year for most people watching that show? Probably not. And you know Hideo's gonna be fucking there doing some bullshit. Look at my new game. I take your cell phone and I shove it up my ass. You don't need to 100% them. Basically, by doing the cyberspace levels and the vaults, you're just getting the keys, and you have to have a certain amount of keys to unlock the Chaos Emeralds. But you don't have to. I mean, because I'm playing through the game again on the Switch, and I'm finding vaults that I did not play through on my first time. So no, you don't need to 100% complete them. The Game Chasers is out, and don't add me back for real. I always say very offensive things to him in a group chat, and then he's out, and he leaves the chat, and I just add him right back in. Because that's the kind of friend I am. I mean, I'm excited for the Game Awards. I think it'll be cool, but it's always disappointing to me. But I don't care, you know. Did you get the Pokemon Switch? I did not. I'm not playing the game. I played through it on Steam on normal, and I'm playing through it again on normal. So I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Thoughts on the Animal Crossing series? We actually talked about Animal Crossing earlier. I miss the old days. I miss the fucking GameCube game and the DS game. Those were peak Animal Crossing. And it just feels like the series hasn't done a good job of evolving since those. You know, they've added in small incremental things, but nothing of like real big substance. Like, I understand a sequel is just supposed to take the original game. Like, the sequels are supposed to take the original stuff and then expand upon it. A reboot starts it over from scratch. But when you look at, I mean, we're talking 20 plus fucking years now. 20 plus fucking years. And you're still making the exact same game every single time with just minor tweaks and changes. So I would like to see a reboot. Let's reboot this. Let's build it up from the ground up. Let's make a whole new style of Animal Crossing. Because I think there's a market for it. I used to spend so much damn time playing Animal Crossing games, but now it's just like there's no need. There's no reason to. Yeah, I don't know what Kojima's fucking doing, man. Kojima's lost his damn mind. He needs a system of checks and balances, and that's why he was so good with Konami, because he had a system of checks and balances. You couldn't just do whatever the fuck you wanted. You had someone over your shoulder saying, I don't know about that. Let's scale back. Scale back a little bit. Sega handing out the Genesis Mini. Funny story. Let's talk about the Sega Genesis Mini 2. So I bought mine from Amazon. I sent an email to the guy who was supposedly taking care of this from Sega. Said, yay, I want this system. Please send me one. Your friend, RGT85. Never heard back from him. I'm like, okay, I'll just buy my own. That's fine. So I bought it. 2 days later, what shows up at the house? A mysterious package. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And sure enough, it's Genesis Mini. So I'm gonna leave that one just boxed and sealed. Because I do love the packaging of it. It's so tiny. Look at this. Tiny. I hate when that fucking happens. I can't tell you how many times I've waited to get a review copy of a game, and then I'm just like, fuck it, I'll just buy it and then do a video. And then like the next day they send me a copy. It's like, fucking Christ. Well, it's not really a talent agency, but I have a network that I'm on. And for the higher up channels on the network, you have a person that you work with one-on-one. So I have someone that gets me brand deals, like Raycon. Like I didn't set that up on my own. My channel manager did. But it's not like he controls the content or anything like that. So I don't like to use the term channel manager. Because that's what that kind of sounds like. But basically he just helps me get brand deals and stuff like that, and be like, hey, this company is offering this amount of money for this type of thing. You know, do you want to do it? Yes or no? And you can counter it, or you can say yes, you can say no. So, it's cool. I think the Dreamcast Mini should be next. I would love a Saturn Mini, but I feel like a Dreamcast Mini is better for the bottom line. Is it bad that despite me not having a Sega Genesis, you spelled it wrong, Necro, as a kid, there's a game I love it, like Phantasy Star and Golden Axe? Love this game. No, because I mean, I didn't have a fucking Super Nintendo as a kid, and there's a ton of Super Nintendo games I love. A Saturn Mini would be good, but I feel like more people have nostalgia for the Dreamcast. And kind of like Pinjabot said, you know, a lot of Saturn stuff, you're getting into that territory of third-party games. Sup, Dex? So a Dreamcast, you know, you look at Sega's library on there. Did Smash do anything different from Wii U to Switch Smash? I mean, that's a good point. But I feel like they added in so many different characters, so much different, you know, from franchises you didn't expect, you know, or Castlevanias and shit like that. I felt like that was enough to set it apart from its predecessors, in my opinion. I have a hit mesh coil, cool mint. Channel promoter, kind of like that. Kind of like that. Basically, so the what a network does is, and there's a lot of confusion about what a network does in 2022. A network essentially is something that you have, and not everyone needs it. Most people don't need it. Most people aren't on one anymore. They basically take a small percentage of what you earn monthly, and they kind of act as a gateway to YouTube. So if you have a question, so like when you get, if like say somebody struck my channel with a bunch of false claims or something like that, and something happened to my channel and my channel went down for whatever reason, instead of me having to deal with that, the network would deal with that. So that's a good thing. It's kind of like a security blanket. But like I said, is it something that everyone needs? Not really. I mean, but for me, it's beneficial because they treat me like one of their higher clients. So I'm constantly working with someone on brand deals. Like, you know, at least a couple times a week, I'll get a text from my guy and I'll be like, hey, this company wants to work with you. They want to do this. You want to do this. You want to do this. So it's beneficial for me. Daytona USA on the Saturn Mini? No, you got to do Championship Edition because the original Daytona USA aged like fucking milk. Like fucking left out curdled milk. I did not get the Doom Eternal thing from Limited Run Games. I don't know. I didn't feel like I needed it. Honestly, I like Doom Eternal, but I don't like it as much as Doom 2016. You know, I prefer Doom 2016. I like some of the environments that you're in more in Doom Eternal, but like the whole package, I prefer Doom 2016. What up, Greg? All these people take a piece of the pie. I mean, hey, you know, that's how it works. If it wasn't financially beneficial to me, like if they were just taking a percentage of my money and just giving me that security blanket and I wasn't getting brand deals, I wouldn't do it. But it is beneficial to me because they get me those brand deals. So it's worthwhile to me. But like I said, for most people in 2022, you know, it's pointless. What's my favorite game of all time? That's a very tough question, sir, because it changes often. You know, I have a select, you know, Ocarina of Time, Shenmue, Metal Gear Solid 3, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Odyssey, Sonic Frontiers. No, I'm just kidding. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow on the DS, Knights. Knights is fucking great. It's tough for me to say, honestly. I don't think I could ever pinpoint it because it changes like every day. 32X Mini. I would love it. I'd probably be the only one that loved it, but I would love it. Because, I mean, it's 32X. Yeah, see, and hiring editors and stuff is cool if you're doing long form stuff. But for me, like my videos, you know, they're usually very spur of the moment. They're usually very topical. So I don't see the need to have an editor. Like I said, I do have a guy that does help out. He makes all the shorts on the channel, all 2 of them that I've done. He actually does. Sometimes I'll send him footage and be like, you know, here's the video footage that I captured. Here's my voiceover. Make it look nice or something like that. So he'll do stuff like that. The compilation Bad Switch Games video that I did, he did that. So I use them from time to time, but it's more of a freelance thing. Have I ever played Lunar? Yeah. I didn't play the Sega CD one, but isn't I get confused about the timeline because I know my housemate had one on the PlayStation 1 that had like the cloth map. Thank you, Aunt Draco. Yeah, the Lunar one that was like that came with the collector's edition. I think there was 2 of them on PlayStation 1, and we played the first one together. Knights is greatness for the Sega Saturn. Fahrenheit for 32X stuff. All those fucking CD FMV games. Most of them suck. Sewer Shark sucks. Oh, Helena Taylor did me a solid this Christmas, bro. We are Gucci. I remember they made a looter game on the DS. And me and my buddy got so excited because we were like, yo, it's going to be like it's going to be like the PlayStation 1 looter games. And that thing was nothing like that. That game fucking sucked donkey dick. And we were so disappointed because I remember when that game dropped, we both went to Best Buy because we were hanging out at my apartment. And I was like, yeah, get in the car. We got to go get that Lunar. And we went to Best Buy and we got that Lunar game. What was it? Dragon something? Lunar Nintendo DS. What was the name of that game? Dragon Song, yeah. That game fucking blew ass. I was so disappointed. How does this game... Okay, the Metacritic's a 59. Good. Yes, of course you can, Necro Banana. Yeah. Dragon Song fucking blew ass. Good. Bayonetta 3 is super good, man. I definitely enjoyed it. I don't know if I enjoyed it as much as 2, but I definitely enjoyed it. Viola... I don't know, man. Thanks for having a race car gaming chair like everyone else. I had one for a while. I had one until I bought this place, and then I bought a new chair, and it's my recliner. And I'm so glad I did, because I love this one. I think Modern Warfare 2 is dope. The online stuff, you know, it's your standard Call of Duty. Some of the spawns are fucking terrible, but it's mindless fun. The campaign I didn't really care about. Thoughts on limited run games Triangle Box for the Day of Tentacle, Grim Fandango, and Full Throttle as a collectible? That's interesting. I feel like those games are very niche games, though. Yeah, third person mode is fucking dope, dude. It doesn't feel quite like SOCOM, but it gives you kind of SOCOM-ish vibes. No, Nintendo will never do a fucking GameCube Mini because they don't like money. That's a solid list, Christopher. What brand is this? It's some fucking random Chinese brand. Bossy? I don't know if that's an N or an H. It was $150 off Amazon, and it is comfortable as fuck. Reclines. It took 2 seconds to put together. Let's see if it's a... Oh, it's a Bossin. It's an N. That's a shitty looking N. I mean, I guess it looks better here, but when I look at it in person, it definitely does not look like an N. Splatoon 3 selling 7 million. I'm not surprised, bro. That game is huge in Japan. I mean, it's a popular game. Nintendo's had a soft year this year, with marquee titles, you know. Strikers fucking shit the bed. So, yeah, I thought it was a... I wasn't super surprised. I also wasn't super surprised that they didn't have to update that Metroid number. Now, did they? Did they? No, they did not. You liked Viola? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think my problem was just having to go back and forth between parrying and dodging to get the witch time. Golden Sun, maybe. Star Tropics, never. Punch-Out, never. Because Punch-Out, you know, is the people you fought against are just, you know, over-the-top stereotypes of people, which you can't do anymore. I already have Ballad. I might do it as a Christmas gift. My gift to all of the viewers. There'd be enough characters at launch to field one team. Now you'd have a bunch of Shy Guy and Yoshi color variants. That's how you'd get the field. The whole outfield would just be Yoshi color variants. I will be wearing the crowded scepter on this podcast. A Switch Pro, what comes to mind as a selling point to be considered a next-gen revision? Just better. Everything better. That's a good boycott. That's a good boycott, Necro. Just everything better, you know? Better graphics, a better screen using DLSS technology. And I don't even know that it needs to be a full-on successor because there's a hell of a lot of Switch games that I would like to play that are currently available on the Switch that I would like to see frame rate bumps and resolution bumps and, you know, patches done to be optimized for the new system. More frames, more resolution. I'm not a graphics whore by any stretch of the imagination, but there is a baseline to consider with stuff like this, or else we would just be fucking sitting in the Stone Ages. Black Metal Gamer, they kind of had something like that. Mario Hoops 3-on-3 on the DS. And it was Nintendo characters and Final fucking Fantasy characters. Because it was developed by Square Enix. That game fucking rules ass, too. It's all touchscreen stuff, but it's super fun. All right, you miscreants, you got an extra 5 minutes out of me because I lost track of time. It's 7:20. It's time for dinner. I'm very hungry, but thank you for hanging out with me. I sincerely appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the awesome questions. I am back. We'll be back Thursday night as well, probably a little bit later. I like my Thursday night streams to be kind of the late night debauchery. Thank you to everyone who came through, asked questions. Thank you to everyone who donated, and thank you to all the channel members. You guys fucking rule, and I will see you guys on Thursday night. Go watch the Sonic Frontiers review. A lot of cool stuff in there. I talked for way longer than I thought I would about